everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be a drag-em-out brawl as both teams rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Bengals are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Jets, who will need to find a way to move the football.
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the Jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Nifty move. And now running right through it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be brought out by their QB, the former number 10 overall pick in the draft from Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 22.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They find some open field here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one, and this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Devin Funchess, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And incomplete to open things up. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. And now the starting lineup for the offense.
And A.J. Green is an absolute playmaker on the perimeter for his team.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And some room to roam now. And he slides to avoid the hit. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Dalton, bootlegs out. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a 1st quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Gets past 1 man. And now spinning away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Jets. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
On second down, Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Great job defensively. Stretched it out, got the tackle for loss. He had 2 TFLs last week, by the way.
Yeah, what you're describing right there is a player who can set the edge well. You always hear that, meaning he's not getting hooked by an offensive lineman or a tight end, not getting turned inside on the blocking, able to keep his outside arm free, string the play out so there's nowhere for the back to turn up. Then he gets to him and makes the play.
And they're not going to get a playoff here as time will expire on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Point after now from Catanzaro. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Second down, Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Damon Harrison in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because
they start the drive on the ground. Kamara, pretty move. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
they just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
12 more yards there and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, Mahomes going for it all. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First and goal here from the 9. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit for Todd Bowles. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt, maybe about the width of a football or so inside that right upright, but he got it to go.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
So Dalton now looking middle, and it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. What a spin. Oh, now he bowls him over. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 95 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. They'll start here with a give to Mixon, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get to the highlights. The Bengals are not moving the ball through the air for a second straight week. The Jets defense will hope they can force that trend to continue in the second half. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Jets offense early in the first. Funchess is wide open on the deep pass. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. He'll take the early advantage. Now 1st and 10. The pass will be completed into coverage, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 18-yard line. Later on the drive, the pass is completed into tight coverage, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Bengals punt it away now as they move out in front, 14-0. And he'll take this all the way for the touchdown.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half two. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. He's got the hook up with Conley. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. That's taken inside his own 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
there he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there.
His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after now from Catanzaro. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it. Again, it's Mixon, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
We got three,
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice move. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Passing, it's Dalton. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And the Jets set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay?
That's true.
So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You just find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. They might still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side,
sure,
but not necessarily all the time.
Running with Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Here we go now.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So now it's 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Play clock winding down. Catanzaro now for the extra point.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Dalton throwing on second down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. New York set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Finding room inside the 40. Past the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They run it again with Kamara. Broken tackle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win 1 every now and then.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Point after now from Catanzaro. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And emerging victorious, the Colts. Andrew Luck, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position up past the 45.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team.
Hello? Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me? You here? Why aren't you talking? Are you gonna talk to me? I can hear you. You could talk. Do you have a mic?
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Smith's Chiefs going up against Breeze's Saints.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Breeze to throw on second down. He'll buy some time right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's the sack master, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn the block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 4th down, Smith. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Saints will have the football back. New Orleans offense working its way back out there. As we look at them ahead to 2018, as that wound to the end of 2017 continues to heal, Charles, they're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their two tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, who was a rookie last season at right tackle. They are loaded going forward. If they can get a real playmaker at tight end, that might be the last piece, and if that happens, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator trying to game plan for them.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze. Rolling to, and Breeze is going to go down in the end zone. A safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league for...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And going deep for Hill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So the ball had time in the hands of who wound up being the NFL's rushing leader this season. Now, maybe a little help from Le'Veon Bell and also Todd Gurley sitting out their finales, but still a spectacular season for Hunt. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible hurt.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving ring, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Room here to run. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 59 yards. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Continue. I'm not leaving.
So much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, here's Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a bit.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And it's up and good to make this now a 14-8 ball game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season ended, Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their season with a year-end, video, movie about the season. This is going to be a tale of 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the start? Remember opening night in Foxborough, beating the defending Super Bowl champs? I mean, they went on the road and took out the Patriots with Tom Brady, and that got them up to a 5-0 start. And then they hit the middle section.
Yeah, that 1-6 stretch.
I mean, that was a tough one. It's hard to believe because we watched it unfold, but we kept saying, they'll get it back together. And they did. Down the stretch, 4-0. Winning by almost an average of 12 points per game that propelled them to the AFC West title. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
What?
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
He has 5 views. He has 4 views right now.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill.
What is it? Type in set. I don't want to play with you.
I assume you want to play Madden. So yeah, after this game.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
Well, I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On 1st down, Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
What?
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there.
Did you ever learn how to...
Back at the 43-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one.
Oh my
They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here.
Yep, I knew it.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left
Right,
anyway.
Adam,
It's no
ready for me
good.
to get
And this score will stay right where it is.
Yeah, sir.
And that's the risk of the long field
Listen,
goal
I'm gonna
miss
be
here at this
screaming
stage of the
at
second
the
quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something
Go,
big.
go, go.
And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of half.
Does Tyreek not know how to
Quite
catch?
hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out.
Does
Incomplete.
Tyreek not know how to catch?
Sure, that
He
pass
had
was
it.
incomplete as they
He
made an
had
attempt
it,
to
and
get
all
a
of a sudden
big
he
one
drops it.
downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the
Tyreek.
completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change
Rams.
accordingly.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. We have hit halftime. Still 2
Give the
more
ball back.
quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Yep, I
And
just
no
took a knee.
run back here. This will be a touchback,
Let's see
and
if
it
I can
comes
get a
out to the
touchdown.
25-yard
Why
line.
did I take a knee?
Yeah.
Of course, it gets you up to the 25-yard line.
On first down, Smith.
Don't sack me.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. The speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
This is Hunt. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Only 2 yards on the
you
pickup
guys
there.
pulled
Now
up
they're
the
looking
picks.
at a long 3rd down.
I guess his butt hurts.
From the gun, here's Smith.
Oh crap, oh crap. Catch!
He is going to find Hill here.
Tyreek,
He's at the 30.
thank you. Tyreek,
10.
Tyreek,
And all
yes,
the way in
yes,
for a
let's
Kansas
go,
City
Tyreek.
touchdown.
Oh my god!
Hill, 79 yards. And the Chiefs have
Oh my
to take the lead with the extra point. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point.
I think it was a 70-yard touchdown.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. His pass caught
Thank
at
you.
the 4.
That's been
Into the
2
end
point
zone
good.
as the 2-point
Conversion.
conversion is successful.
Oh, you know what, 16. Twist team, if I beat
Butker
you,
now to kick this one away.
you have to. You know what you have to do? You have to sell me your account. You have to
That's
give me your
fielded
account.
in the
I'm
end
just kidding.
zone. And he'll take it back to
If
about
we
the
win,
19-yard line.
whoever wins
Now we
has
take
to
a
be
glance at the
the
offense as they
Patriots.
work their way
But
back
if you want
out
to play
for
another
their
game,
first
I'll be
possession
the Patriots.
of the second
And whoever
half.
wins has to
They
be,
trail
whoever
offense,
loses
first time to touch
has
the
to be the
ball in
Patriots.
quarter
Whoever
3,
wins
and
has
we'll see
to
what they
pick
can
their
do.
own
And I can't wait to
team.
see what
Does
they
it
have
sound fair, Adam?
planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the
Oh, I
sequence of
almost
plays we want
missed
to run. These things
that.
worked well
I
for us.
missed
And
that
sometimes
so
they throw in that big chunk play right
This
away.
kid thinks he's
Shocker.
good.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their
Almost
sleeve.
Twitch streamer? Do you have Fortnite? If you do,
On second down, Ingram. And some
Oh,
room to maneuver.
you're getting caught. You're getting caught.
And
You're
he's
getting
brought
caught.
down after
You're
a
gonna get
good
mine.
gain. That's good
It's
for
third
21
quarter
yards and a
right now.
first down. We've seen him break off a big run
I wanna
already in this
see-
game, and for a second,
I
that
want
one
to see
looked like it
myself
might
get
be
a
another.
pick
Yeah, I think that
six.
any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes you'll break off the big
Why
run
did
on
I
his
pick
own,
6
but
against
oftentimes you get additional blocking at
Yeah,
the
I haven't
second
got a
level,
pick six
which
in a
gets you
long
deeper
time.
into the secondary.
Throwing now is Breeze. It's
Yes.
incomplete. Took a shot.
He almost caught it, but when he dropped, when he went to go get down,
every
it
deep
dropped
ball
right out of his
that
hands.
is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't
slid
matter whether
right out
you're
of his
playing
hand.
man or zone. Eventually, that becomes
Basketball,
man
dribble.
on man, and you've got to trust yourself
Alright,
and go up
Michael
at that moment of
I
truth
wanna,
and make a play.
this is Thomas, this is Thomas.
They toss to Ingram. And
Get
he will be
down.
brought down at about the 43 that time.
Adam,
Just
you
a
want to play
couple
after
on the
this?
pick
You
up
want to
there, and now it's
see
third
if this
down.
receiver wants to play?
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a
Why
very
don't you
short
ask your mom
pickup.
for
Yeah,
Madden?
now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or
That's
two
Madden
because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play
Yeah.
those nickel or sub
You
packages, don't they?
get Madden soon.
Breeze now. Oh, look at Thomas wide open.
No, you didn't.
It's
No,
a gain of
Michael
20
Thomas
and
didn't just
picking up
catch
the
that.
first. He's such a good route runner.
Are you
Shows
freaking
it there
kidding me?
on third down. Very proficient and a
No,
good pass.
see, you're using it.
And you know what I've
No,
observed
so
over the years
nobody
in the
caught it.
NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your
Usually
guy's going to
knows-
have in you to go
knows.
to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
Yeah, I said
and they
14.
connected there and picked up a first down.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play.
I'm not trying to be
and it'll
rude
bring
to
up a
you.
second and
You're good.
14.
Was he messaging you or something?
No, GTR.
To throw, it's Breeze. Rush
Get
coming, and he's
sacked.
taken
Brought
down.
down to the third.
The amount
and
of sacks that
23.
they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
Third and
This
23 right
offensive
now.
line flat
Oh,
out
really?
cannot
Ah,
handle this
he's
pass
not a
rush.
bitch.
It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And
Yeah,
he
what's
fires
that,
one,
please?
but incomplete.
Thank
you.
I think the defense has to feel really good about what's going on here. They've hit him, harassed him, sacked him a bunch of times, and now he's starting to get a little jittery in the pocket. Feet are starting to move around a little bit. Sometimes they start to feel ghosts. People aren't even there.
Here's Breeze. That's to his running back, complete.
Yep, you
A
can make it.
surprising move to go
Hi, ball.
for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And
Who's
that
my
will
quarterback?
force a turnover on downs.
No, make me Patrick Mahomes.
On first down, it's Smith.
Ooh.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a
Alright.
sack.
Wanna know something? First, I need Patrick Mahomes. Select. Oh. Oh, come on. Christian, can you continue? Adam. JD, is that a hot pocket?
It's been a tough one for this offensive line.
Okay.
It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Right.
A first throw now for the backup Mahomes.
I-
The pressure gets to
Patrick.
him again. Alex Anzalone
This is your last
able to
chance.
disrupt yet another pass play. His
throw
third
the ball?
sack of the afternoon.
Or you run the ball.
Gonna need
Which one are
better
you choosing?
protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and
Or are
company.
you choosing to just let yourself out?
Here's
Let your
Mahomes,
team
his
down.
first throw since
Let your
coming
team
in.
down.
A 50-50
No!
ball here.
No, you
It's
didn't.
intercepted. Picked off
Damn
at the
it.
49. And they get the football.
It's
They'll
not
set up
intercepted.
shop at their own 49-yard
Adam,
line.
will you laugh if I win the game? I'm not gonna laugh at this guy. He's a Twitch streamer. He loses once in a while. Not bad.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it
Check
dried
my
up pretty
phone.
quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
I'll tell you, check it. No, go on to it.
Ingram again. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Look, Judy, look. So I'm the chance to do Chiefs. Look at the score right now. 16-14.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
What's his username?
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land.
Yes!
Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule.
No.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact.
I'm in top 4, Gavin.
Enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now it's Ginn. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
You don't have Madden 19?
No. I'm on Twitch stream right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas.
Drop the ball.
He's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
No.
He's been busy today. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Gavin, I just won.
14 yards and it moves the sticks.
Okay, Adam, you want to
Boy,
win
where
with
would
me?
these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100
Well,
yards
he's my
now for the
friend on
afternoon,
here.
and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger.
Guess how many kills I just had, Gavin?
And an alley to run. And taking it across
19.
midfield and
That was
inside
a solo.
the 45.
That was a solo.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you,
Adam.
some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always
Do you have
different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we got to throw in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. time
What?
for a break. We're back to see what happens
JJ.
after this.
Sorry, twitching me. They're all
The
messed
toss right. This is Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Look up Nick 30.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
No.
And a sideline pass. That's caught by
No,
Thomas.
you didn't.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that leads to New Orleans 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
I think. Do you not look at your stuff and you write?
Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Ingram.
Did you guys just
his
win?
second touchdown of the afternoon. And the
Such a-
Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Yes. No.
He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Morstead, the punter,
You know
out
what
to
a
kick it
penalty
off.
is, CJ? What?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time
I don't want to waste out my
gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A gain of 32 that time.
Shut up.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Wow. Oh, my cat just meows all the time.
He's back to throw.
Yeah, what?
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
All right.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
It's non-stop.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted.
See?
Picked up by Marcus Williams.
No. He just won.
Take it on out to the 20-yard line.
No, you didn't,
The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Breeze hands to Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13.
So I'm playing with my friend right now.
No, he just won.
And Charles, I
Nice
think
game,
when the
man.
schedule
Alright,
comes out,
hey,
all teams,
you
no
got it.
matter where they're predicted to
Nice
finish, talk
game.
about protecting your home turf. They were able to
Nice
do
game.
that
It's,
here in this one.
it was,
Similar to a
it's even
tennis
game.
match, right?
Do you wanna
Not letting them break
wanna
your
play another
serve.
time?
That way you hold on to
Tell
it.
him.
They
Ask
got
him.
it
Do you wanna
done,
play
and
another
they feel
time?
very good.
Ask
about
him.
that victory.
Do you wanna play another time? No. 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 To play another time. No, we didn't. It's pause. It's pause. It's pause. Hey, Adam.
Oh my gosh, you might not be able to play.
No, I've